What's up guys, my name is Doug. Welcome to the channel if you are new. Welcome back if you are not new. Today we are going to be doing a reaction to Whom I May Concern by Keyz, formerly known as Black Keyz. Now, a lot of you guys that watched my Jon Bellion video, I think it's actually my most watched video if I'm not mistaken, a lot of you guys will enjoy this video because for those of you who do not know, Keyz, or Black Keyz as I like to call him, even though I know he doesn't go by that name anymore. He is one of Jon's friends. He has been doing features on Jon's music for the longest time. He's got some of the absolute most ridiculous verses on Jon's music. I mean, he is just absolutely tremendously gifted as a rapper. I think that his verse on Weight of the World is still one of my favorite parts of the project, The Human Condition. I loved Heist Box. I thought it was super creative. I love his storytelling ability, his wordplay. I love the similes. I love the way that he's able to manipulate his words, and like, it seems like his flow is just non-stop. You know, he just comes rhyme after rhyme. Like it gets to a point where almost every other word is rhyming with, you know, with itself and with all the other words around it. I think he's just a tremendous rapper. And one thing that is very cool about his music is that he does not use traditional hip-hop beats. He's got a really interesting style to his music. He's got a really cool sound. You know, him, Jon Bellion, I mean, they all just use these really different sound choices. They've got awesome samples. They've got these really bouncy beats. And so they're just, this project's going to be fun to break down production-wise. I'm going to do my best lyric-wise, although normally I'm better at breaking down lyrics after a couple more listens, but this is just going to be a really fun project to take apart, to pick apart, and to listen to. We've got 18 tracks and 2 bonus tracks. Yeah, man, look, I'm really excited to be listening to this. I'm really glad you guys are here. I'm gonna just go right ahead and say this before we get into it. If you make music, hit me up on my Instagram. Send me some of your music. We can talk about getting you guys some promotion for your music, for your projects. I think that'd be really dope. A lot of you guys might end up on the next video of putting y'all on. That'd be really dope. And if you haven't checked out the last video of putting y'all on, check that out. There's a lot of great talent on there. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could like the video, become patrons on Patreon, share the video with somebody, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and just support the channel in any way that you can. I'd really appreciate it. Also, a huge thank you to my patrons because you guys are absolutely the main reason I'm able to keep making these videos for you guys. So that being said, let's just get right into it. This is To Whom I May Concern by Keyz. Let's get it. Track 1 is Intro.
To whom I may concern. My name is...
I love these keys, man.
To whom I may concern, or to whoever's reading this, I'm writing this letter to let you know that when it was all said and done, I did all right. At times I've had everything I've ever wanted, and other times nothing at all. Shit, I've even had both at the same time before.
Those keys are so smooth in the background, man. It's a really cool introduction. It's basically just him writing a letter to us, the listeners, and you know, he's going to talk about his life. He's going to tell us how he made it out okay and the things that he's been through. It's going to be a dope project, man. I know for certain that it's going to be a really cool project because Black Keyz, or Keyz, is just tremendously talented. But yeah, really smooth introduction just to get us right into this project. Track 2 is To Whom I May Concern, but it's abbreviated into just the first letter of every word. Already the synths.
Crap. This is all unbiased and nothing personal. Barely rehearsed this verse, it don't matter. Sneaky and surgical. I need to get it off my chest. It's questioning my beliefs like there ain't no way God is merciful. But don't forget to be honest. In every verse you do, it's hard enough to connect with these people that never heard of you. But try feeling more entitled than less deserving. Now women see me at shows, wanna offer their service. The risk is never worth it. I also realize that it takes more at the same. Now you rarely see me in churches. It's more that I'm ashamed and less about praise and worship. I wish I could rehearse this. It shines. We never see the signs. Staring at the timelines, you would say we got
so honest, so relatable.
At the same time, suicide do that to you. Lost a brother and a sister, both succumb to the pistol. I learned firsthand all the damage that shit could do. And I wanted more in slander. Then I realized it's not about what you say, but how you brand it.
Yeah.
It's on the canvas, emotions on the easel. Told the world about my evil. Seem like I done been a man since. And now when you're ready and we can move on. I'm tired of fighting, feelings is too strong. Can't wait for the days of newborns. We'll both be singing a new song. I see you as a saint with traits of being a perfect.
Man, he went off on that track, dude. Yeah, man, just so much honesty and really just opening up about his life in this track, talking about how he lost his brother and his sister, talking about how he had to sell drugs, talking about how he had to do a bunch of stuff just to make it, just to get by. You know, the struggles that he's gone through, and really just writing us like an open letter just about himself. No hook, no chorus, a simple beat, just bars all the way through. I think it's an awesome track, man. And it really is, you know, it's the title track, but it's what this project's going to be about, is him telling his story. And yeah, next track is Transitions.
Welcome to the world of fake reality and CG, where no one is aware and all scared of speaking freely. They use the same cloth to brainwash us and it's easy. From the pain of blisters to the nappy braids on my sister. Can't remember scripture but can paint a picture till it's 3D. Big Keyz, hungry for the life of living easy. And nowadays I'm overbooked.
I love the vocals in the background.
Of overlooking like they proofread. They used to never want to listen, now they be like, who he? And everybody think they know you cause they heard your CD. Let me explain how I became the man you see today. High school was the worst, my popularity was knee deep. I walked around that bitch feeling like nobody could see me. And not cause I was nice.
Yo, you hear the bass line right now? That bass line is so filthy.
Never got the girls, the only looks were from the bleachers. And I never made the team, I watched the game from the bleachers. I aimed for the
lead.
If I could see my first piece of ass, I tried to smash my math teacher. I bet she would've did it if my Civic was DeLorean. And that's what I would call being a valedictorian. I knew a couple kids who lived out. Dudes was doing dip, they bottom lip was looking tragic. And every week was fashion week, the clashing of the fabrics. As is, I mastered the tactics to get to the finish line. I called my name, I grabbed my diploma like a baton and strolled off. I drove off and left it on top of the car. Then,
wow.
So what's my next move? I gotta plan it out. I need to find a way to get up out my
Another beat switch? I absolutely love the way this is structured. The title of this track is Transitions, right? And he is talking about the different eras of his life. And every time he goes into a new era, the beat switches. And these are the transitions from one phase of his life into the next. Oh, it's just so well structured, and the beats are all so dope, and this is just really cool.
I had to go and do it, since every other male inside my family was true, and I had to break the cycle. It's something I've been known for doing. Finally had a dream and made a choice to go pursue it. Trying to record tunes before soon, there's two dudes performing for the whole school. And every loan was screaming we want that. But at the end of each semester, get that refund check. Me a job, but they do shit to help me get one. 21 and black with a bachelor's was the outcome. More in advance, 12
This is so sick, dude.
Ensuring it can, and now we're cooking with no need to oil the pan. Cause right now I'm telling all the buyers beware of the TMZs, the tabloids and the media. Refer to this before you write my life on Wikipedia.
That's so sick, man. Just basically saying, look, the media will tell you this false story about my life. If you look on Wikipedia, it's all going to be lies. So this is the truth. This is what happened. Don't believe what the TV's telling you. This is my life story. And he just put it together in such an awesome way. And the storytelling is just tremendous. And I absolutely love that track. I love the beat. I love the way he put that track together, man. Track 4 is Interlude, Expectations. It's the first interlude of the project.
I finally found a way to make something of myself. I stopped living for other people's expectations and started living on my own terms.
Cool.
I finally found a goal of my mission, and I vow to fulfill it with every breath I've been given.
Cool, so he's talking about how he's got a mission now, he's got purpose in his life, and how he's gonna fulfill that mission that he's got. And so the next track is called The Mission. I'm loving the way this album is put together and how it all just flows. You know, I'm really liking that. That's been really interesting so far. Yeah, like I said, track 5, The Mission.
Seems like all this time that I've been wasting all my energy to meet expectations. Anxious, trying to get back to those. The progress so gradual, the process so natural. Your mindset ain't half as dope. I leave traces to help y'all get right back to those times that I'm living like me.
I love the Keyz.
Call me the king of safari. Industry is like new high school now. Differently, I don't move like you now. Been the beat with my new sound. Hennessy, I like to drown. Witness me and my crew round. Enemies that I chew now. See the glory, no newfound. Time for the energy.
This is sick, dude.
Overtime with no penalty. And it's
I love that. The arpeggio?
Repeat the mission, repeat the chorus. Now I feel I'm in peak performance. Niggas hating, gotta meet the floors. Cause to beat the boy, you're gonna need endurance. My queen is is gorgeous, my team enormous. Taurus, easy to sort it out. Fill my cup, got genius pouring out. One way up and scenic on the route. Brand new cut, let beams record it now. Don't wait up my pedal to the flow. Ahead of who you know, headed to the throne. No gas, I'm a rebel. Lost my way, but I'm back on track now. Cost to pay, I won't slack, won't back down. Hard to play, I don't act out.
He's going off, dude.
Now hard to be in my background.
That is such an awesome track.
Overtime with no penalty.
That is such a dope track, dude. He went off. Like his flow, every time he switched his flow up, it sounded like it got more impressive. You know, just masterful writing. I mean, really awesome lyricism. Just one of those tracks that are just extremely impressive from a songwriting point of view. The hook is really cool. The production is so sick. It gets you in that really energetic, that hyped up mood. I think it's an awesome track. Next track is Babylon.
25 years ago, way before I was the man with the clout, I was in Pampers, hand in the mouth, way before fans, way before the kids that would trample the house.
Yeah, I love his flow, man. That's gonna be me this entire project.
They would play me and they wouldn't pay Empire for. They've been playing it around. This feel like Babylon. Royalty in my city, I might throw the camera on. And everybody wanna talk, I just let a Babylon.
Nice. I like that. I like this beat, it's mellow. It's a little slower. I'm liking the hi-hat rolls, the melodies going on in the background. Sounds cool.
For the kill, this independent track is a track for real.
Yeah.
Everybody scratching to catch a deal. Me, I just wanna rap, lay back.
I love that as he got more energetic in his delivery, the beat also got more energetic and a little more complex, you know, with more hi-hat rolls, a couple more kicks here and there. It matches his energy, which is absolutely fantastic.
I can chill with a honey on my lap, got a 20 in the sack for the homies and relax when they pass the bill. Crew mad large in a new Jaguar #9. I'm a King Arthur and not the man of slide. That's why they always see me on the camera lot. That's why they always see me on the grammar lot. And mad poses, I roll like Lancelot. And mad focus,
I love the play on words, man. I'm loving his lyricism.
Also Babylon, started at the bottom floor before I had it all. I was hugging on myself with the battered walls. Fast forward, no bull, I blew up like avatars. Now I'm it, everybody wanna tell.
Blew up like avatars? Man, I think this track is really cool. It shows some versatility, you know, to Keyz. The track is a little more mellow. It's got a slower feel to it, but he's still able to flow on it. He's still able to rap on it. I love the lyricism. I love the wordplay. There's tons of play on words in here, man. I think it's just so sick the way that he wrote this. You know, the play on words are just so fantastic. I'm gonna go back and listen to this again, and I'm sure I'm gonna pick out so much more than I was able to pick out in the first listen. But just knowing that there's more there that I can pick out later on is just such a cool feeling. You know, it's not just a superficial track. It's not just, this is fun to listen to. There's depth to it, and I think that that's awesome. Next track is Stylin'.
The way the game is changing, I'm not sure I care to witness. Sometimes I look around and think, whose generation is this? My pen and business whack, don't see the reason why y'all listen. Keys on top of your wish list, CD inside of your whip. Might need a doctor's prescription, disease, I'm probably too ill. Ain't need all the shit that I done been through, put some gears on myself. My homie, here's what I know, that we done made it out the gutter, even though we fucked up the slide on the
riots.
When we build, hit the stage, do my thing, that mind's on me on the wheel. This is only for the homies, this is only for the feel.
Love that.
So ain't no
the little melody going on.
Off all off the screen Geronimo.
Nice.
No pain kind of flow. Planned this all long time ago. Back when a nigga made on the roll. Back when I never said how to folk. If I was in a waging war, was doing shows, they ain't paid the board. I give my all till it ain't no more. It's like the more they love me, I'm hating more. But Keyz, he gon' take it. Balance. Yeah, I'm styling.
This is wavy, dude. Man, a really cool, feel-good track. It's got a really groovy vibe to it. It's got some awesome lyricism. I love the vocals in the background. I love the way they switch it up at the end and they slow it down. The only thing I could really say is that it did feel a little long towards the end. I just think it's a cool track. If I'm being honest though, I will most likely skip the track once it gets to that last hook. When I go back and listen to it again, it is what it is. You know, some tracks just feel too long, but for the most part, this track is great. I like it a lot. Track 8 is Interlude, Emotion.
And at times when things got rough, I found myself wanting to be away from everyone and everything, instead of expressing. I don't really know why that is. Everyone deals with their issues differently. Sometimes being alone is the best company. People don't realize how easy it is to feel lonely.
That's deep, man. That's it's relatable. And man, that kind of hit home. I'm not gonna lie, I relate to that. But yeah, I think it's a really cool interlude. I like the way this project is structured. We get 3 tracks, interlude, 3 tracks, interlude. So it's like, never get too much music all at once. You always get a little break, along with furthering this narrative that he's telling with this project. So I think that's really cool, and it just shows how much thought he put into making this project. So again, awesome. Next track is Indigo, featuring Travis Mendez and Cola Ray, or Rai. Not familiar with that last feature, but Travis Mendez, incredible voice, awesome features on both Keyz' music and Jon Bellion's music. Gotta love the man. I mean, he's extremely talented, so I'm excited for this track. Been looking forward to it.
Let me go. I've been on the edge, very close. Lately I've been tripping, heavy dose. Tired flying coach, every coast. Feeling like I'm on a ride, roller coaster.
First off, I think it's really cool to have rap songs in 3/4. Let me just say, I know it's not really common. We mostly get rap songs in 4/4 nowadays, where people use triplet flows, but to have an actual rap song that is in 3/4, I always think is really interesting and cool to see people flow on these types of beats. So
put you on a team, let me coach you. Play the post on the internet, losing our connection. We used to be so close. Now I'm hard to catch. Trying to make it
the vocals
to the ceiling and make it to heaven while giving them hell. They hoping I fell. And fall from the hype. Throwing shade off with the brights. Color model vibe in the go. Will we ever shine? Never know. Holding on the pride, let it go. Looking for a sign. Listen up. I've been having thoughts of giving up. Screaming out, ain't no one hearing us. But gotta do it, bro, ain't living up. Part of my grief, don't know how to give it up. Part of crib, ain't none of my kids embarrassing me. My foot in your ass, you run for the heels. Cause go toe to toe, I'm here to defeat many elites. Will we ever shine? Never know.
The use of synths is so cool, man.
Looking for
drifting and floating through reality.
This bridge.
Drowning in darkness, the bottomless sea.
Love the performance. There's Travis. This is beautiful, man. Like I said, man, it's always interesting getting a rap song that's in 3/4. It's got this really waltzy feel to it. I love that bridge at the end, the breakdown where Travis and Cola just come in and just kill it. I mean, they really killed that part of the track. You know, it just sounds so beautiful with the arrangements and the vocals and the singing, and the background vocals when Keyz is actually rapping are so sick. You know, the production is great, the synths are really cool. I like it. It's a cool track. It's one of the smoother tracks, but still really dope. Next track is Call Your Name.
A high school in Parkland, Florida became the scene of chaos and panic just before the end of the school day. The Broward Dad.
Police are trying to smear Botham Jean, the 26-year-old black man who was gunned down in his own apartment by an off-duty police officer. Fox affiliate tweeted about this.
back on the beat to shake the elite. We keep running this rap race just to get a taste of defeats. Hustling for a check, trying to reach the end of the week. I write these words for those who feel stuck inside a system. Like a 64 card, we ain't even living, we just existing. Ain't shit that we can do, only sigh and pray for relief. While some of us making meals, others dying, laying in the street. A lot least, they treating us like we're dogs, plan on keeping us on a leash. So we don't get too far, we lose in touch with who we are.
I've got goosebumps, man.
What we don't got, trying to live lives.
He's preaching right now.
It's at the head of office, not a president we don't fuck with. An ignorant, misogynistic racist we've been stuck with.
Yeah.
We've been divided for some time now, it seems to be our fate. They say let's make it great again. Ain't heard a bigger fable than they say that we gon' make it in the place we know they hate us in. Paved the way out for the kids who left the school for we dismissed them. And ain't no cap and gown, they cap you down without an issue. Clowns with pistols shooting rounds around the town, I hope they miss you.
I'm gonna rewind that.
Paved the way out for the kids who left the school for we dismissed them. And ain't no cap and gown, they cap you down without an issue. Clowns with pistols shooting rounds around the town, I hope they miss you. They hit the
He's gonna get so much hate for this track, and it's so necessary. This track is so necessary. This track has probably been the most impactful so far. We're about halfway through it. It's gonna be one of the most beautiful tracks of the year. I know it for sure. I'm certain. It's gonna make it on a list towards the end of the year. You all, even if you don't want to listen to this project, that's okay. You should listen to this track. Whoever you are, you should listen to this track. Doesn't matter what side politically you're affiliated with. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter your ethnic background. Everybody needs to hear this track.
Telling you about my life so these people could say they knew him. Everything that I write, it describes a pain in my life. This is Gotham, but ain't no Bane or Bruce Wayne or Bane. fight when I'm swinging, aiming the right to put haters on their hiatus. If landed, I think I might. A man that'll put his hand on the Bible and plan his rivals arrive.
This is beautiful, man.
We don't need no bombs in the street, no Molotovs to be tossed. Just a talk to maybe make peace.
That's the most powerful track on this project so far. That is my favorite track on this project so far. Like I said, it doesn't matter who you are, you need to go and listen to this track. The flow is amazing, the storytelling is amazing, the message is incredible, the production is great, and that is probably going to be the best track off this project. I know we've got Family Matters Part 2 towards the end, and Family Matters Part 1 was amazing, but definitely top 3 tracks on this project. I know this is going to be in there. That was awesome. That was really, really good. Next track is Modern Life.
Escape the cage, I'm a walking display for kids with no hope. I'm in raised, but don't need no shades to see I'm so dope. I'm in a race on a steady pace, and I'm laughing slow pokes, but slack a moment.
Those keys are so smooth, man.
This industry is like sailing the 7 seas, but instead they selling their soul just to sell a couple CDs.
I love the play on words, man.
People, I hope I'm paving the way to the cash come. Then break it away when it adds up. I'm saving
the flow.
Saving the base to the dying off, I'll be the last one. I'm patiently waiting the days of amazing taste to return like ransom.
He's so filthy, man. I love this beat too. So smooth.
You try, hope you get a new sign, and any hole inside can't be filled by.
Kendrick Lamar would body this beat, man. If he had a Kendrick feature on this, this would have been insane. I love the snare rolls.
Could tell I'm lit by my
Bass.
eyes. Need to escape. I
So smooth, man.
Fast enough for this ride. I've been suffering lakefront.
Yeah.
Need a bake. I'ma give it all that it take from day one. I got the sauce and I'm steady raising the stakes. I made one.
I'm telling you, his wordplay is something different, man. I mean, this is probably a little cheesy to some of you guys, but, and of course he's got way better bars than this, but just, I've got the sauce, I'm raising the stakes, I'm A1. Are you kidding me? You know, it's so clever. Paired with the other bars that came before it, it's just an awesome, awesome punchline, you know what I mean? His wordplay is so sick, I love it.
Horses, I knock them off as they come. Faster than Porsches, I pass the torch when I have to. I'm like a fortress, a castle. In these days, I'm more relaxed, but never less suspicious. I'm on their back. Every direction, I'm cutting my cornea.
He is filthy, man.
Fast enough for this ride. I've been suffering inside. These things I wonder sometimes.
So smooth, man. So groovy, so wavy. His wordplay, the flow, just I mean, the same compliments I've been giving him this entire project. He just keeps going, you know, he just keeps coming with awesome, awesome music. I know that it's just January and that there's no way to really certify an album as album of the year so far, but what I will say is that this album is setting the bar, you know, it really is. This album is setting the bar for the rest of the year pretty high. Next track is Interlude, Relationships.
At some point in our lives, I was probably the closest person to you. Even closer than your own family again for the first time. And if you're wondering, I still haven't told anyone else those secrets. It means we no longer speak. And for whatever reason that may be, I hope you found peace in the truth of it all.
Cool interlude, talking about an intimate relationship that he had with somebody and keeping secrets between them, and, you know, just the way that certain relationships you have in your life, you'll just have those moments with each other for the rest of your lives. And like he says, moments that will never be experienced for the first time again. And so no matter what, no matter who you end up with, if you end up not being with that person later on in your life, that moment will always be shared with that person, and you'll never be able to do that for the first time again. So that person will always have that connection with you. It's cool. It's a cool interlude, man. A lot of these interludes have been really relatable. Next track is Down and Out.
I've been looking at all the people around me lately, and some seem different. When I was down and out, they didn't crowd around, but these days it ain't the same distance.
Yeah.
Checking up, they riding with no ambition. They blind with hardly no vision. Further away, they know I've been drifting. Got haters all in my mentions.
His performance is so mellowing, you know. It's so calming and soothing. He's got this way of just spitting a really fire verse in such a laid-back way. You know, it's so sick. His delivery is really cool.
Double cross, I'm looking both ways, so I roll just enough to get plays.
Yeah.
As fuck, but I'm wavy. I'm wild. Yes, sir, I've been changing up. Way back when they hated us.
Nice.
Look how they painted us. Look how far we made it up. My energy.
The vocals, the keys, so sick.
They reply, don't get the time of day. I might just flip what I'ma say. It's off the script, I take a hit of the zip and fly away. Get instant trip, I'm out of state. It's off the rip, I'm on a frequency that I vibrate. feast and never taste defeat. I'm on state, my competitors beat it. I'm a veteran.
Yo, his flow is on par with Royce the 5'9", man. And Royce the 5'9", for those of you that don't know, I consider to have one of the illest flows in hip-hop. And his flow is just, if it's not on par with him, it's like slightly below him. He's just so tremendous.
Culture, I'm indebted to feed. I be surrounded by friends with no act right. Ain't never had a role model to act like. They interrupt a conversation, they 2 cents. They always trying to drop in like a half pipe. So I say, get back full flats. I'm a ride for the squad.
He's nasty, dude.
Send me out, ride the facade. Now every other nigga.
Yeah, man, this is one of those tracks that's talking about how when he was poor and when he was coming up, there was nobody around him, nobody wanted to give him a hand, nobody wanted to help him out. And now that he's kind of made it, and now that he's, you know, successful at doing what he's doing, apparently a bunch of people want to be around him, they all want to be his friend, they all want to, you know, stick around him. And it's basically that they wasn't feeling me when I was down and out. That's what he's saying. And yeah, it must suck to be in that position, to constantly be surrounded by fake people. You know, you've got to find a way to stay grounded and to know who around you is real and who really cares about you and not what you can give them, you know? It's a dope track, man. Next track is Saying Too Much featuring Travis Mendes. There he is.
I feel this way.
Travis's voice is awesome, man.
Always told me you would move along, but I never thought that I'd let you.
Hey.
Heart need a paramedic, so I leave these flows on the stretcher.
The switch up in the mood and the vibe of the track is so drastic and so well executed. It comes out of nowhere. It's a hard left, honestly. You know, from the really smooth introduction with the vocalizing to the choppy, bouncy beat. But it sounds so cool. And the sampling is so sick.
Every time I come back in town, you're the first person I think of. Knocking down the way they all come around, got my top spinning like helicopters now. So much on my heart, holds my lips shut, don't know how to say it to you. Every time I think you, I wonder why I feel this way. I wish I could call you up. I'm not saying too much, pray I'm not saying too much. Chasing our dreams, I'm with the scenic crowd, you in 9 to 5. Now you see me in public, but I do anything for some private time. Same crib, the girl I compare him to. Maybe they all trying to be your kind. Looking for your type, but I still ain't fine. Wonder what you look like down the line, cause you done aged like the finest wine. And on this way, I wish I
This is so beautiful.
make you fall in love.
This instrumental breakdown at the end is so cool too. Yeah, man, it's an awesome track about relationships, about, you know, this girl or this woman that he's in love with and that he thinks about all the time and he wants to meet up with every time he's in town. I think it's really cool. Also, in the structure of this project, I think it's really dope how in the beginning, the first interlude was about expectations and the next 3 tracks were all about the mission and what he wanted to do with his life. Then the second interlude was emotion, and the next 3 tracks after that were all the things that get at his emotions, that pull on his heartstrings, Indigo, Call Your Name, and Modern Life. And now the third interlude is relationships, and we've gotten a track about the relationships he's got with his fake friends and this relationship that he's got with his woman. So this next track, I'm assuming, is also going to be about a relationship of some sort, and keeping the theme of this project and organizing this project extremely well. I think that is beautifully done. It's just something so satisfying about structure and order in a project like this. And when it's well structured, you know, it's awesome. So next track is Morning Light.
My flower girl, ain't no telling where I'm gonna see ya. Like see ya, hiding your face, I see the grace in your features. I'm not one for the chase, but you got me running this race. Feeling like our time is frozen. I'm steady lost, I never know just where your mind is going. So
the vibe to this is great.
Pay attention, hope it's enough, I can't afford your time. I've been benching, trying to lift pressure off my chest. This chemistry got me stressed. I'm pulling you from that dress, start teasing me, then there's no time. Promise tonight, swear that I've been wanting you alone. Even if I fall for you, I know you won't let me hit the floor tonight. My flower girl, when I'm gonna leave her. Mimosas, where the time go? Been playing with fire.
I love the way this feels, man.
Honesty is a mystery, tracing it back to Cairo. We both couldn't ignore the signs, so I came to your rally that I probably won't ever see you again. On and on and on. Girl, you got me tripping, you know I'd rather be with you. Sweating my heart.
This feels like Latin music, you know, like Caribbean or South American. Just this vibe feels so cool. The track's got a really cool vibe to it. It makes you want to dance, makes you want to move. It's about a relationship with this woman, and he's trying to lift pressure off the chest because they've got too much chemistry, and there's tension in the room, and there's like sexual tension between them, and you know, it's just this, again, about a relationship. That track has got such a cool vibe to it, man. He's so versatile with the types of beats that he can rap on and the type of music that he can create. Fantastic. Fantastic track. Next track is Interlude, Family.
I used to wish that I could have a family just like the ones I saw on TV. Mom and dad happily married, all my siblings in one house.
Same, man.
There were too many other issues that needed attention. Mom's got into drugs, and we already know how that played out.
Yep.
As I realize now that I never would have had it any other way.
Yeah, man, because all the struggles made him who he is today. Yeah, again, really relatable. My family is all broken up. We're all spread out over 2 different continents. It's crazy. But yeah, man, it's these things that shape you and make you who you are. So he learned to deal with it. He learned to grow and get stronger from it. So yeah, again, really cool interlude. Next track is Family Matters Part 2.
When the night we all come alive, living right, I ain't want a prize, but a stick up might give me 100 pies. Sticking with it, I've been ill-advised, but we almost there. Money so still
love the
inside.
strings.
Get in my way, I might kill a guy. Feeling away by my little guy. My son ain't no older than 4 or 5. He been living with me for the shortest time, but I got a silence.
This is sick, dude.
45. But if it go down to get more than robbed.
I don't know how the fuck I got here. I got no job and multiple felonies, so nobody's ever gonna give me a job.
Man.
Damn near.
My cards, it ain't the hand, I won't never know where it might take me. Way too hard to punch a card, the money slow, I know that it won't save me. These are streets that once raised me. Let us like salutations from the other side. I know one day it's gonna come a time I might have to explain to the son of mine, but maybe I'll do that some other time. Cause when niggas get pressed, they be dropping down. No matter the sum, they gon' split the pie, cause they needed a whip, they can hop inside. I know I don't got a lot of time.
This is insane, man.
So me and you got the front, nigga you got the back, Chaz you got the wheel. Mask and gloves, keep it clean, but don't let nobody start money. We got 2 minutes in and out max. Let's go.
Pull up to the bank and withdraw like ATM. It's already loaded and cocked. I pull to the top of the side of the stadium. Yeah, I'm in the spot. If I see a cop,
the storytelling is great.
Just give us the radius. See this on the news. I'm paying my dues. I'm doing it all for my child. I'm dialing the young and I'm wild. And don't turn it down. You catch me, you taking the trial. Ain't got much to say to God when off the break, but I've been kneeling lately.
Man, it's an awesome track about the struggle of raising a kid when you've got felonies, you know, and nobody wants to hire you, and you've got to struggle to get a job, and the job doesn't pay well, and you've got to feed your family. What are you going to do? And in this case, you know, he chooses to rob a store. But the storytelling is great, and the scene that he just paints with his words is just so vivid and so awesome. You know, you can see it all happening, and it's really insane, the story that he's telling here. It's great. It's an awesome track. Next track is Outro, Closing.
Built the character and the strength I needed to make an impact on someone else's life. So I have to share my story, thing that may need to hear this.
Yeah, man.
And when the time is right, I'm going to turn all these thoughts into an album for people all over the world to listen to.
Tremendous, man. It's almost like Book of Ryan, where the entire album is a story of his life. You know, it's almost that same vein, and also really well executed, man. Taking into consideration that that's the official outro, I know we've still got 2 more bonus tracks, but that's the official outro of the album. The album is absolutely sensational. It has set the bar for all the rest of the year, for every project that comes out after it. This has set that bar so high. You know, this is my album of the year, and I say that because I know that it most likely will not be the album of the year in December. But for now, it's the album that has set that bar for all the albums that are going to come out this year. You know, that's what I mean when I say that. I'm not presuming that this is going to be the best album to come out all year in January when nothing else has come out, really. All I'm saying is that this is the album that has set the bar, and that this is the album that I'm going to be comparing a bunch of other projects to. And in the end of the year, this will probably be top 10. Almost certainly, because it's absolutely tremendous. The story is awesome. You can tell clearly what he's saying in every track, and the story that he's presenting, the story of his life, and the structure on this project is amazing, and the way that he decided to organize the entire project into 3x3s. You know, all the tracks are 3x3, separated by the interludes, which are basically the categories for the next 3 tracks that are going to come. Sensational, man. Sensational project. Better than Heistbox, in my opinion, off my first listen. I'm going to listen to it again. This project is just awesome. It really is, all the way through. Everybody needs to hear it, in my opinion. The only way for you to listen to this project right now is if you access bkeyz.com. It's his website. You gotta type in your email address, sign up for their newsletter, whatever, to get notified whenever he drops new stuff. And you can choose to put in a price for this project. You can choose $0, you can choose $100, you can give whatever you feel this project is worth, and they'll send you an email with the link to the album and you can listen to it. Or you can wait until it drops on Spotify. I don't know when that will be, but at some point this year you have to listen to this because it really is tremendous. Alright, so those are my thoughts on the album. We're gonna listen to these last two bonus tracks now. The first one is New Day featuring Cola Ray.
They don't really know, but they think they understand. No matter how it goes, I'ma get it how I can. Hot damn, roads and there ain't no rubber bands. All authentic, raw energy, and that's just how I am. Treat this like the first day of your new life.
Yeah.
New opportunity in a way that only you might.
Love the production.
Acknowledge all your flaws and know that they're only yours. The damage from the scars you turn into an applause. When negativity grows, you omit the script, know that story's nothing like ours. I won't see the afterlife just to have a slice. If they knew what we sacrificed, they'd be half as nice. To regret, it ain't too late to change your old ways. Start another chapter, nothing for it. Everything is in your hands, stick to your plan. But understand nothing is guaranteed. Life is a Kodak, and every moment's meant to be seized.
Nice, man.
Like
so sick. Man, the track's got a really positive message to seize the day, to always strive to be a better version of yourself, to embrace your faults and to work on them and to try to fix them, but never feeling like you're not good enough or never putting yourself down, and just embracing the chance to be better every single day that you get. Awesome, positive track. Really enjoy it. Love the production. Love the feature. I think it's great. This is The Light.
Surprises.
Back inside the booth, I'm feeling wonderful.
Yeah.
Already made a classic, this is number 2. You can't be no boss if ain't nobody under you. In here cause this game needed something new.
Love the production, man. It's so sick.
We know what to do. Underachiever, so nobody looking up to you. I don't know who my friends, and there's so many rappers flopping out and learn how to swim. Way too many niggas begging, just rely on yourself. Gotta handle Mike, hit it with a star, no candlelight. Soon as I put both hands on Mike, Mike see that we get vandalized. Read the Bible,
this flow is so sick.
This shit in your Supra, saying it smoother than lethal. Watch me do it, I influence. I'm rooted inside this music I am doing. Eric the Light, please.
Very dope, man.
Bounce.
This is a sick track. Yeah, man, just really braggadocious, really cool, energetic, awesome track, man. So like I said, yeah, this project is really cool. It's really great. We get to see how he's been doing in every single aspect of his life. We get to see the story of his come up. We get to see, you know, really everything about him, or almost everything about him. Paired with Heistbox, we really get to know Keyz as a person. Tremendous way of putting, you know, yourself in your music and getting people to understand your thoughts and who you are. Awesome display of penmanship, of production, you know, and artistry, and just dedication to your craft. It's a great project. So yeah, I've said my piece about it. I think everybody needs to listen to it. Thank you all so much for watching the video, for sticking with me to the very end. Let me know in the comments section what you think about the project, what you think about Keyz as an artist. Let me know if I put you onto him and you'd never heard of him before. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you have not. We would love to have you as part of our family. We're on a grind of 5,000 subscribers and you can help us reach that goal. If you'd like to support the channel on Patreon and become a patron, you can click the link in the top right hand corner or in the description or on the end screen at the end of this video. I'd really appreciate it if you did that as well. And follow me on my social media. Let me know if you make music and hit me up. We might promote your music. We can talk about that on Instagram. If you've got any submissions for putting y'all on, please do not send them to my email. Send them to Instagram. That's where I keep track of submissions. I will not reply if you send me an email. I get too many of those already and I would hate to lose your submissions. So again, Instagram, that's where you send me music. I check all the messages. Thank you all so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I'll see y'all very soon. And yeah, man, I'm out. Peace.